Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. I'm all over the place with these streams tonight. Plans have been made and then changed, and I'm waiting for stuff, and it didn't arrive, then it did arrive, and blah. Welcome to Saturday. I think I caught the Friday the 13th and the Saturday the 14th virus, whatever the hell's going on there. Yeah, it's been weird 2 days, topsy turvy, everything, but we crack on and do what we can. So, found myself a little bit of free time. Didn't know what to get up to, so was meant to be playing a game themed on this movie. Life happened. People had to drop out. Oh, excuse me. So postponed it, and thought may as well watch the movie. So here we go. This has not aged well. This is really showing its age. I'm not too sure who this is for. It's I remember years ago, like I watched it when I was like fucking non-high, that thing, but haven't seen it yet since. This is one of the video store, VHS video rental posters that you grew up with in your childhood, and it's popped up ever since. So it's a horror comedy. It's not strictly kids. It's not gory or anything, but there's a few bits in it. So it's one of these weird ones that kids can watch, but there's adult themes in it, if that makes sense. This is a perfect Halloween movie, by the way. Absolutely. If you want a sort of light-hearted horror, just stick it on during the day, sort of thing. Have a laugh. It's similar veins to, if you know Alvera, Mistress of the Dark. It's kind of that similar sort of campy horror comedy to it. So it's along those veins. Basically, we've got family, the Hyatt family. You've John, Mary, and Debbie and Billy. So your 2.4 kids and all that kind of stuff. We've got the opening scene. They are at the reading of their uncle's will. And we're there with the extended family, and it's that typical, all the family's horrible. And John is one of these people with his head in the clouds, like just, breezes through life sort of thing, and does what he can and just sees no the place could be burning down around him, and he wouldn't notice. He's one of them type. And what's happening is, God, what do you call him? Can't remember, but the uncle anyway. The solicitor's reading through the will, and he's busy saying how he hates, the rest of the family. And like his sister, you're always borrowing stuff, never return it. I leave you all these unpaid bills, and he's just daft going through the thing, and everyone's like, why didn't you leave anything for me? And then he basically leaves everything to John and Mary. We get now I must read out, this house is cursed. Comes to the curse, then the lawyer just dies on the table. One of them sort of type things. And and you can kind of see where this is going. It's not one to be taken too seriously. So I'm trying to think what the characters. There's a lot of characters in this, and Waldemar, and who do you call the? Yolanda. Sorry. So you've Valdemar and Yolanda. Like, they look like the monsters. They're actually outside the home, the uncle's home, and they're trying to buy it, and the real estate agent's saying, "Nope, sorry, can't." It's all very strange, but hey ho, it's America. They do strange things. And then we get the Hyatts, they turn up. And it's all like, wearing the Transylvanian cloak and all during the day, and all that kind of stuff. Just completely out there characters. So we'll have the truck arrives, and they're all moving in, and it's a fixer-upper and all that kind of stuff, and it's all like the cheesy cobwebs and everything. That's fine. They're all sort of settling in, and it's Billy is going through. There's like a bookshelf, and he goes and he finds a book. He takes it up, and it's the Book of Pure Evil. Do not open. This will change the world, sort of thing. So Billy's Billy opens the book and then overtly sets the whole curse out. At the same time, we've got the Mary and John. They're downstairs in the kitchen, and he opens the fridge, and there's a note in the fridge saying, "Don't open the book," because yeah, that's what you do. So the uncle wrote a note saying, "Don't open the book." Billy opens the book. Chaos ensues. What happens? And basically, it's just it's just slapstick comedy. There's monsters appearing and things disappearing and rooms getting tidied mysteriously in the dark, and Mary goes up the attic and gets accosted by a bunch of bats. They're up there and all that kind of stuff. The weirdest scene was the wee girl, Debbie. She's I don't know what they're doing, but it was like so wrong because they're doing a whole she's got a bath. Now she's only a teenage girl, for sake, but they've got her like getting ready for the bath and all, and like doing like a strip tease, like as a wee girl, and you're like, no, this is wrong. Obviously, you don't see anything; it's all done off camera. But the fact that they do that whole scene, and then we see the shark's fin in the bath, but like Nightmare on Elm Street, sort of state of a glove as a shark's fin, going about the bath. Yeah, that scene was wrong because they did all the they did all like the adult stuff. And it's a flipping wee girl, and you have her popping out of the bath, and all the suds are covering her, and you're like, "What are you doing? This is not right." And then it's the creature from the Black Lagoon gets up and goes blah, and then we see the what do you call it? The subtitles, and it's like, "Excuse me, miss, have you seen a book around here by any chance?" A book of pure evil or something, and you're just like, "What the hell is this movie?" I don't think this is for kids, really. I think there's a wee bit too much adult comedy in this. I'm see like severed heads then about the place and stuff and things like that, and a lot of sexual innuendo and jokes, and you're like, is this a young adult? Was this intended for a young adult audience when it came out? I'm not 100% sure, but there's like it's really close to the knuckle with some things, like not a like a. It's not like the monsters, but it's done in the style of the monsters. If that makes sense, or the Addams Family, the creatures are that daft, but people are getting killed. Like there's a policeman appears when the creature chases Debbie down the stairs in the tile, and he shoots in the door, and then the creature kills him and drags out the body, and you're like, yeah, I don't think this is really meant for a young audience. But it's done also so daft and cheesy that it could be. I don't know. I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused at who this movie was aimed for originally. Now I would just look back on it. No, man, it's a campy, cheesy 80s movie, and I don't think kids would watch it anyway. They just look at it and go, oh, there's no shiny, flashy things. I don't think kids today should watch this. It's a wee bit, like I said, it's a bit close to the knuckle. And then things just ramp up. You know what I mean? They just ramp up because Billy's opened the book. He's now trapped in the house, and basically the fate of the world is going to be decided on Saturday the 14th. That's the whole gag. But this is like a couple of days. Like I think they moved in on the Thursday and they go through Friday the 13th. And I mean, it's not like it's on the day. There's a whole build up. Oh, evening, Oliver. I thought I'd watch this movie. May as well, seeing I had some time, and before I play my next game, go on Dragonlance's channel. Thought, let's watch this movie and have a chat about it. God, man, this is like proper close to the knuckle. Like this is, it's not for kids. So much fun. Like I haven't seen this in years, and just looking back, you're like, ugh. But yeah, we just see everything build up. The creatures are appearing at every door. And it's all they're having this party, and like I said, you've got John is just his head is in the clouds. He's just bumbling through this. Mary's got bitten by Voldemort. I don't think we saw that scene. It was sort of, it's one of those done off. There's a lot of stuff done off camera, for the sake of the gag, if that makes sense, rather which is cool in one way because you're not getting everything just spelled out to you. Where today it would just be every scene would be done in detail, so you see the marks, and this is a movie for horror nerds. Let's be honest, that's what it is. It's a sort of campy love note to the horror genre and monster movies. I think that's what it is, but I haven't figured out, is it an adults movie done in a cheesy, campy kid style? It's like they've taken the kids' movies of the Addams Family and the Monsters and they've made it for an adult audience, or is it just the 80s that didn't give a shit about anything? They didn't care who was watching their movies or what. They just went with it. That was half the fun of the 80s, though. That whole cavalier, yeah, people get upset, they get upset, we'll worry about it when it happens, sort of thing. You got a lot of great gags. Today, it's just far too sanitized and sensitive and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of movies there are a slog to watch. This, you're not going, like I said, the whole wee girl and the bath scene, you're not going, oh, you're going, oh, that's wrong. You know what I mean? That's the sort of reaction. It's all fun. And then we'll have Van Helsing. So because of the bats, they call the exterminator. You just know this is going, and it's the exterminator. Just, I'm trying to think. This is like Little Shop of Horrors. We reviewed Little Shop of Horrors, the original 1961. It's very much in that sort of vein. So I'm thinking this is done in the style of the stage show. This could be turned into a musical. There could be a Saturday the 14th musical. That's what all the setup of this is. If somebody did that, that would be an absolute hoot. And I could join Little Shop of Horrors and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That could be like the main musical of this. It'd be mental. But it'll have to keep all the gags and have to have the same tone, or else it would just be crap. And yeah, he goes Van Helsing, and sure enough, we've got a Van Helsing type character who just rocks up to the house and hands him a suitcase. I'm moving in for the next couple of days, sort of thing. It's just, and John's just like, oh, okay, just goes with it. We see Mary, she's starting to deteriorate. She's like Lucy out of Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. She's just starting to transform day by day, and it's kind of it's just done in a campy way. She's all like, "No, thank you," and then changing the voice and all, and flipping, she's putting the soil from her homeland in her side of the bed. And have to say, impressive that the fact they got her to do this. She's wearing this like bright, pure white sort of shift, and they've got her all this dust and stuff. They must have been cleaning that thing every day. She must have had like a whole wardrobe of these things just to keep them pristine and white. Because, let's say, that was hard. Yeah, it's just me being sad again. The most horrifying scene in this was John making sandwiches. Like, that was truly like, it's just everything's on the table. I mean, you've got freaking cooked meat, you've got cheese, you've got everything just spread everywhere, and he's sort of slapping it all into a sandwich about this size, and then he finishes it off with peanut butter, and you're just like, what the hell is wrong with you, son? Yeah, that was the most disturbing scene, is watching that sandwich, like a portion of a sandwich come to life. Bad. It's almost as bad as, do you remember when I reviewed Slumber Party Massacre, and they're making that screech up in the jar, and the fucking girl's adding like a ton of powdered stuff and then half a bag of sugar, and you're just going, oh. You can actually feel your teeth shrink in your head going at the thought of drinking that stuff. This had the same effect, but it was sandwiches. All the mustards and relishes and just everything, and of course he goes away, and then the sandwich is half eaten, and this is the running theme throughout the house. All these monsters are taking over. Yeah, and it's not really like there's no plot to this. It's just daftness. Everything's leading up then to Saturday the 13th. That's when they've had the housewarming party, and all the relatives arrive. All the ones we've seen in the solicitor's office. And you kind of see it, they're like horrible people. They're just runs it. A wee guy appears from the grocery or the off license, the liquor store, with a delivery because nobody can leave the house because they're all trapped by the curse. And yeah, then we start seeing, oh, Billy goes missing, and like, okay, here's a game to play. Let's all go find Billy. What do we win? What do we get? Like, not the fact that a kid's went missing. He's just everyone's going to different rooms of the house and then getting taken apart by the monsters. Yeah, it's like I said, it's the thing that tips it over the balance is there's just that wee bit of gore, and there's that bit, people actually getting murdered. So that's why it's not a kids show, but it's done in the style of a kids show. It's weird. Oh man, fun times. Aunt Lucille, she was horrendous, horrible, bad. I'll put my own coat away. How else can I look through your cupboards? Like, the hell's wrong with you, woman? But with all these characters, then we'll finish up. This is only going to be a short review, by the way, because it's not a long. It's only like over an hour long, and it's not a complicated plot. It's just daft slapstick comedy. We see then Billy appears at the front door with Valdemar and Yolanda, and he's got a cloak now, and he's got the Book of Pure Evil in his hand. I have to get me one of them sort of books just to have. I need to pick myself up something like that there. Not a Necronomicon, because everyone has those. They're cheesy as hell. You've got them. You get one, you get them all. But I definitely need to get like one of those sort of leather bound like type books just to plonk somewhere. Because they're cool. But yeah, he's appeared, and then turns out that they're not the evil ones. It's Van Helsing, who's actually the one that wants to rule the world. And it just becomes like daft. And the scene between him and Voldemort is just ridiculous. They do it like a tennis match, so everyone's watching, like, and they're each making like weird noises and going at each other. There's a bit of I know it's a bit early in the day or before these movies out. Like the Leslie Nielsen movies and the Police Academy movies. There's a bit of this kind of thrown in as well. Like it's proper old school slapstick comedy. It's all and it's just daft. It would be a PG movie if it wasn't for like the murder scenes and beheadings and all that kind of stuff and the blood dripping and things getting shot in the head and like strangling people. If all that stuff wasn't in there, this would be a straight up kids movie. But I think they've deliberately done that just to mess with you. I could picture the director just being like, "Yeah, we're not doing that." It's that trend came out. When was it? The sort of late 90s. The trend of taking like kids movies, making kids movies for adults. This is one of the ones that did it first, I think. Yeah, we'll have all that there, and then it just basically Van Helsing gets defeated, book gets destroyed, everything goes back to normal, everyone lives happily ever after. The end. It's really that simple. Fun movie. So if you've nothing else to do today, go stick it on. Go have a laugh. Saturday the 14th, why not? It's one of those sort of seasonal ones. I've found out we're not getting another Saturday the 14th until September 2024. So now would be the day to do it, or else you have to wait like a whole year and a bit. Well, just under a year actually. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah. So if you don't do it today, you have to wait like just under a year to do it again. There you go. A lot of fun. Let me know if you've watched this. Let me know what you think, because yeah, just cheesy goodness. Sometimes you just need a bit of that. Sometimes the plot just doesn't need to make sense. Doesn't have to be about anything. Just have to have a laugh. Nothing wrong with that at all. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Just thought I'd do a quick review. 4 bites off, but my whole pattern today has been messed up, my whole routine, so I'm just throwing these out randomly. Then we'll see. I think tomorrow's going to get worse because I really don't know. I've no plan for tomorrow either. It's weird. It's not like me, you know that, but sure. All fun. So anyway, go up to the other channel, do the typey clicky things. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.